In this video, we're going to be tasting a whole bunch of treats from Trader Joe's. So recently I saw it was a POPSUGAR article, and it was like things you have to try from Trader Joe's, and it was some of the newer stuff too, not some of the stuff that's kind of usually always around the store, some of the newer stuff. So on a recent store run, Dustin and I went to Trader Joe's and I picked up most of the stuff. Some stuff I couldn't get, some stuff I looked at it and thought, meh, I don't think I want to get it. But here is what we do have, and we are starting with the Everything Croissant Roll. Now, if you know anything about Trader Joe's, you'll know that everybody kind of obsesses over their everything but bagel seasoning, which I ironically don't have here at the house. Never bought it, but I do have a couple of their other seasoning. It's good, but if you like everything bagel, but you love croissants and you prefer croissants over bagels, then I guess this is the thing for you. To give you guys a better shot, this is the Everything Croissant Rolls, and if you take a look, there's only 4 pieces in here, but you can take a look at that. I don't know if it's not focusing. There we go. All the goodie that there is. So we're gonna give it a try. While the croissants are being heated up, I also bought this, and I don't think this is new. This wasn't on the article, but I have seen it on just various social media posts, and it looked interesting, and I like almond milk beverages. So this is the Blueberry Lavender, it says almond beverage, but I kind of want to try it in like a coffee. Before I just go ahead and put this in my coffee, let's taste a little bit of it. And that sounds like my croissant's ready. Just a little, just a smidge. Cheers. Ooh, okay. So it's a little bit like thick, kind of like when you would drink like an almond milk. There is definitely a very, it's not potent, which is good or bad depending on your personal preference, but you can just like a more than a whisper of blueberry, I would say, but it's pretty good. I like it. It's light. It's not too heavy. You want to try it?
Okay, let's see what this is.
Well, it's the Blueberry Lavender Almond Beverage thing.
Mmm. You're right. There is definitely a very good blueberry flavor in there, but I also like how smooth it is.
Yeah.
And the lavender is actually really light, but it actually goes with the blueberry very well.
So I'm going to try that in my cold brew coffee today. We'll see.
Mmm. I like that.
And also, guys, I got a plant. Let's see if we can keep it alive, because I don't have the best green thumb, but I heard that this type of plant is easy to take care of. We'll see. We'll see in about a week if it's still alive. Alright, I've got the Everything. I would keep wanting to call them bagels, but they're not bagels. I got the Everything Croissant Rolls out of the toaster oven, made some eggs to go in with it. I don't know why I showed you guys, because they're not the prettiest eggs. I'm not proud of them, but let's eat. Okay, here is my cold brew coffee. Added, obviously, ice, a little sweetener, and the Blueberry Lavender Almond Beverage, and let's see if... That ever slight whisper of blueberry is definitely present, but I don't think, if you prefer your coffee sweeter, I don't think the beverage is like a good replacement for your like go-to creamer or like, you know, milk type substitute, but it's good on its own, honestly, and I drink it by itself. Finally seated for breakfast, and I don't know what is going on with the lighting of this camera. There, that's a little bit better, but it was, I don't know, it's I'm not happy with like the way the lighting looks, but anyways, let's try this Everything Croissant and see how it tastes. It's pretty good.
Well then, let's try.
It's pretty good. But I would say, no wait, there it is. I was expecting more of the, like usually an Everything bagel is pretty potent.
Yeah.
It's got the sesame seeds, the onion, the garlic, I think maybe a little peppercorn or poppy seed, but I feel like the croissant part of it, because of it's a different type of consistency. I feel like the croissant took away a little bit from that flavor, from that potent seasoning, but it's still good. It's still really, really good. And if you're not somebody who likes bagels, this is a good option for you. What did you think?
I like it. It's actually pretty good. You're right. The what is it called? The texture of the croissant does make it so where it kind of helps absorb some of that potency of the everythingness.
Yeah, so it's like less potent than what I was expecting, but still good.
Still tasty.
Still pretty good. All right, now we are going to finish our breakfast. We're gonna finally get to watch The Mandalorian, and we'll be back with another treat from Trader Joe's. The next item we have is the instant cold brew coffee mix from Trader Joe's, and this is basically, if you look, it looks like your basic instant coffee mix, but it's supposed to, I don't know, cold brew, which is interesting. I like cold brew quite a lot. I think it feels like it packs a bit more of a punch. And who doesn't love, like, if you don't have an iced coffee maker, then, you know, if you want an iced coffee, you would have to make the coffee, make a pot or make a cup, and then wait for it to cool down, or whatever the method may be. And this just seems very, very quick, even though it is instant coffee. So we will try it out and take a look. The instruction says to take 1 heaping tablespoon and add it to 12 fluid ounces of cold water, and in parentheses, hot if you insist, and stir. Once you achieve your preferred brew strength, then you can add more coffee or water as desired. So let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, so don't mind the Starbucks reusable cup, but we're gonna go ahead and add, now let me just double check. They did say 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon. Did I say tablespoon earlier? 1 heaping tablespoon. I meant teaspoon. So what I have here is, this is a half teaspoon, so I will just do this twice. And we'll do that. And another. And then we can add more or less depending. Let me take this cover off. So we'll stir it up. I mean, that to me, I don't know about you, but that looks kind of light, doesn't it? Should we try it? Needs a little bit more, so I like it a little bit more. So let's just add that. That color is just really, that's fine, actually. I think that's good. Just want to keep stirring until all the little, I don't know if you can see the little fine particles, coffee grounds. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. We're gonna add some ice to this and some creamer, and then we should be good to go. Ooh, my battery's about to die. All right, so I did it. It is filled with ice and my favorite creamer, just a generic hazelnut creamer. I did end up having to put more of the coffee mix in here, so I would say total for my preference, I actually put in, I would say 2, maybe a little, like 2 heaping teaspoons is what I put in here, and that works for me. I probably could stand just a little bit more, but let's think we just ease into it, because cold brew coffee generally is pretty strong. So, but it tastes really, really smooth. Actually, really like it a lot for instant cold brew coffee. So there you go. And we are back, and we are actually seated at a table. We have a plethora of items in front of us. You actually can't see them in the thing, so I will do it in a B-roll so you can see. So we decided we were gonna kind of have like a little snack, a little bit of a beverage, and a little bit of a dessert, if you will. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with, while they're still hot, the fried olive bites. And here is what they look like. I'll go ahead and bring these up close to the camera. And it just sounded like, they just sounded really, really good. And it was on the article, the POPSUGAR article of things you have to get from Trader Joe's. So the description is, these are breaded, oh boy, this word is going to be a challenge for me to try to pronounce. The breaded Castelvetrano? Nope, that's not how you say it at all. But we're going to stick with it. And Kalamata olive pieces with cheese fillings. You get 12 of them in the box. You just heat it up in your oven.
And I have to admit, they smell really good.
Yeah?
I mean, it's not only just that, but most of the time, anytime anything's fried, you know, it just gives off that fried smell.
So, okay, let's go ahead and each get one, and we'll give it a little cheers. Tink. Here we go. Is it gonna be hot?
Nope. Not bad. The olive flavor is not. I was afraid that it was going to be a little too like overpowering.
Oh, that's good.
But it's actually a good level with the olive flavor.
Like it balances out.
A nice little balance, and the cream cheese really does bring it out.
It really does. And when you bite into it, you kind of get that how you would bite into a jalapeno popper. It kind of is like that, but except it's with olives and not spicy. So if you love olives and you love jalapeno poppers, but you don't like the spicy factor for it, this might be the thing for you. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah, actually, I think I would recommend these. These are actually quite tasty. These are a nice little appetizer too. Even though the only thing is, I think they are a little heavy. I think when you would eat, if you eat like a whole bunch of them, you would ruin your dinner. But I think I'd be happy eating a whole bunch of these.
Or it could be your dinner. Which is about to be our dinner. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna dive into the beverages.
I like it better when you kind of pop the whole thing in your mouth. Because then you get a little bit more of a pop.
Okay.
With it, and it kind of just makes the flavor kind of erupt a little bit more in your mouth, and you just get that, ooh. That's a pleasant sensation.
That's really, really good.
I think these would also be really good. Like, say, for example, if you're in charge of Thanksgiving and you're supposed to bring some kind of appetizer, buy a couple boxes of these.
Line them up real
and
pretty.
And just kind of line them up. Maybe you put up
do a little olive and cheese. Do a little cheese board with these on it. You know.
These would be a really big hit.
Yeah, I think so too. For me, I think I would have preferred a more strong olive flavor or taste. But for the people who are kind of like, I don't know, olives, because Kalamata olives can be pretty potent.
Yeah.
So they definitely toned it down with the blend of the cream cheese and the breading. And it's really, really good. And I'm going to go and finish them off.
And also, one thing that I thought it was going to be was the fact that I thought it was going to be like one big olive that they've put stuffing into. Kind
That's
of like
what I thought too.
But no, it's actually like
pieces.
It's kind of like, an olive puree that's around it. It's kind of like they took a little bit of the cream cheese, took the olive puree, and then battered it and deep fried it.
I guess we really should have read it in detail because I didn't realize that until I read it out loud for you guys. It literally says it right here on the box. So now that we're done with we're not done, but now that we've tasted the olives, I think it's perfect time to cleanse our palate with these beverages. So these two are like, I've heard about it way before the POPSUGAR article, but the sparkling black tea with peach juice and the sparkling strawberry juice beverage apparently are the thing to die for. So I'm going to just get a little closer to show you guys.
And just the names of them. I think those are just great names that just make you go, ooh, that sounds tasty. I like it.
And they're cute. They look really cute in your fridge if aesthetic, fridge aesthetic. Fridge shelfies are important to you. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, why don't you try one?
I know, but which one do you want?
Oh, I'll take the strawberry since it's in the sand.
Got it.
Okay.
I just put lotion on my hands so my fingers are all slippery.
You might need a little assistance. You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to get my mind blown because apparently everybody loves this black tea, this sparkling black tea.
Tink.
Okay.
It's a lot more refreshing than I thought it was going to be. It's actually not that sweet. It does have... I mean, it's definitely more than, like, say, a seltzer water strawberry flavor. Yeah. But it does, it hits you, the flavor of the strawberry hits you a little bit more, but not as much as, like, say, strawberry soda.
Okay, that's
so it's
like
a nice,
very
like,
sweet.
in-between of, like, a seltzer water that's flavored and an actual soda.
Like, does it have a whisper of strawberry?
Well, I would say that the seltzer has a whisper of strawberry. This is more like a breeze of strawberry.
Oh, more so. Okay,
so it has a little bit of a nice gentle breeze as opposed to, just a hint of it.
So the sparkling black tea, this is, if you're thinking you're going to dive into sparkling sweeter tea, that's not what you're going to get. It is just sparkling black tea, but that peach flavor, it's a bit of an aftertaste and it comes after, and it's a really nice sensation. I don't want to say my mind is blown by it. I think people, I feel like their reactions, I mean, I'm happy they like it, but I don't have those same reactions as those who tried it. They're like, oh my god, this is the best. It is good. I don't know if it's best, but it is really, really good.
Well, now I think the only way that I'd be able to try that one is if first I take another olive bite, because, you know, I had that soda, the strawberry one after an olive bite, so, you know, it's only fair to put them on an equal playing field. And plus these are, ooh.
So good.
I like how the sweetness brings out the flavor of the olive a little bit more. And kind of goes with the creaminess. I like that.
Switching it up, I'm going to now try the sparkling strawberry juice beverage.
And I'm going to try the black tea with peach juice.
It's so cute.
Wait, kink.
I really like this.
This is once again, it's also, these two drinks are very similar in their level of flavorness, to where it's a little bit more than just sparkling water, but not as much as, say, a soda. And I would say it probably even leans a little bit more towards the sparkling water than it does a soda. And I like it. It's
a nice beverage to have in the summer when it's really, really hot, like 109 degrees out. You pop it in, you know, in your fridge, and you serve it over some ice or have it out of the can. It's good. This is delightful. It's like Dustin said, it's not very, very sweet. The scent is like a nice reminder that you're like, oh, this is strawberry, but not so artificial. And it's light. You're not gonna get like a sugar high from this. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there's much sugar in these at all. Yeah, 2 grams of sugar in this one at least. And I'm pretty sure that's like 2 or 3.
Oh, 15.
What?
15.
Total sugar?
15.
Oh, wow. Oh, so that has a lot more.
Well, it is much sweeter than that.
Yeah.
For sure. So if you're looking for a less sweet alternative, this is yours. If you want something that's a little bit sweeter, this is it. And still not as sweet as any of the sodas that's on the market.
But yeah, overall, these are a
Delightful.
nice little in-between soda, like pop and, say, sparkling water.
Exactly. We've reached the final item for the day, or for the clip, and that is, and this is also on the article, the dark chocolate salted caramel bar thin. Imported from Belgium, it says on the packaging. So, yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try. I do love a dark chocolate. That's actually have always been my favorite type of chocolate. Sometimes I just find, not that I dislike milk chocolate, because most chocolate candy is made from milk chocolate, but sometimes I just find it a little too sweet for my personal palate. And this is really cute. It is very, very thin. And let's go ahead and try to sniff it.
Get a little. Well, and also the fact that when you start mixing sweetnesses with chocolate, usually a dark chocolate does go better when you have something like caramel, but then when you add a little bit of salt to it.
Ooh, look how pretty that is. Wow, shiny and pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try to crack this in half. Oh dear God. Oh no.
Well, it broke on the seams.
As it meant to. Okay, we'll just take the butts then.
Okay. A butt for me, and a butt for you.
Here we go. I'm very excited for this. Oh.
Ooh.
That's like the smoothest caramel. Very velvet, very smooth chocolate. I love this. I would, 10 out of 10 would get again.
This is pretty good. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't necessarily like dark chocolate very much. But the mixture with the caramel, and have a little bit of saltiness to it really brings out the flavor of the dark chocolate and the caramel very well. And I'm just like, pretty tasty.
So the package comes with 3 bar thins, and I can tell you right now, I would be that girl on any night of the week on the couch watching K-drama and just shoving these chocolate in my mouth, and I would finish all 3 in one sitting. 100%. And I wouldn't feel sorry about it. These
are pretty addictive. This is. They're also not that. You know, with some chocolate candies, you kind of feel it hit your stomach, but this really does kind of just melts.
Yeah.
You know, down your throat and into your taste buds, and it's just, it's a really good combination and executed very well.
really happy with everything we tried today. So we've got a few more items left to try. I think just 2 more items left to try. So we will see you guys in the next clip. And finally, we have reached the end of our taste test experience. All the items from Trader Joe's. Yeah, this is actually this is kind of our dinner. So we have, and I'll show you go ahead and show you the clips. Right now we have the chicken ginger miso soup with white chicken meat, bok choy, carrots, snow peas, shiitake mushrooms, ginger, miso, and lemongrass.
All of which sounds delicious.
It really does. And then we also have the beef pho soup, and it's the Vietnamese-inspired beef and rice noodle soup. And this one, the way we cooked it, we just did it in the microwave. And then for the chicken ginger, we heated up on the stove here. So which one, Dustin, do you want to go first? Do you want to try first?
Well, since we have 2 bowls of we were able to separate the chicken miso, ginger miso soup, I think we should try this one first. So we gotta stir it up, and plus this one had a very strong aroma that I was like, oh, that smells so good. Now,
as a caveat, I don't believe that this chicken ginger miso soup is a new /fall item. I just think, or a new item, period. I think they've had it and I've just discovered it because I generally don't get soup from Trader Joe's. So this will be a first. I don't know if any of the items that we are trying in this clip that you're watching right now is any of the new items, but it wasn't mentioned on the POPSUGAR article, so here we go.
Wait, hold on. Gotta go.
Oh.
Tink.
Ah, cute. The broth first. Interesting.
I got a little bit of I tried to get a little bit of everything in that bite. And the miso isn't as strong as I thought it was going to be. It's actually kind of watered down. Like, I want to get just some of the broth.
I don't agree with the watered down. I think it is plenty flavorful, but I don't think miso is as prominent as I would like.
Yeah.
But it is also a hearty soup.
I don't think it goes like the ginger and the miso don't go very well together. It's not bad. I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh. But it doesn't quite have the flavor that I was anticipating.
I agree.
So I think
it's a little misleading calling it the chicken ginger miso soup, where I understand the base is miso, but it's not very prominent. Either that or the ginger kind of overpowers it. But I don't think it's bad. I just think that the name kind of gives you a different flavor in your head before going into this. If they just called it like chicken ginger vegetable soup, great.
Yeah.
Then I would have been like, okay, because that's what I taste. But the ingredients in there they're chunky. It's nice. They definitely don't shy away from giving you big chunks of the food. It's not just scraps. So it gives you a nice mouthful, and it is nice.
Very true. I mean, the carrots, the seaweed, the peas that are in here are all pretty good and they have a pretty good chunk. However, I can't find any bok choy. Were you able to find any bok choy in yours?
I think these are it. These leafy greens.
Oh, okay. Well, and then that's probably what I'm thinking is seaweed is actually bok choy, huh? Because I don't think it has seaweed.
Seaweed is not in here.
Nope.
Lemongrass.
So that would make sense. So it's not bad. For actually how convenient it is, the fact that it's in a Tupperware, it's sealed, it's easy to take on the go. All you have to do is pour it into a bowl and microwave it. It's pretty convenient. But I think there's other options out there. Trader Joe's that I personally found a little bit more flavorful and a little bit more palatable. But overall, it's not bad.
It's not bad. And again, I think the name of it is just a little tiny bit misleading, even though they're not lying. There is miso in here. But you can't really taste it as much as you would in a traditional miso soup. I would have also liked that they included tofu in here. Because I do love a tofu in a miso soup. If I had any on hand, I would have definitely added it to this, but I don't have any. But otherwise, on a cold day like it is today here in LA, this is actually a nice lunch to have. It feels healthy, feels hearty, it warms you up.
And it's also a lot better than, say, like what would come out of a can. So most of the
accurate.
So overall, I think I would probably give this, say, like a 6, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, It's about
kind of thing.
Let's give it a 7.
It's still just a little bit above. Hey, me going, oh my goodness. It's still, it's still palatable. It's still, I can still enjoy eating like a whole bowl of that.
Yeah, it certainly does not taste bad. It just doesn't. We just don't like that the miso isn't like as pronounced as it should be.
Yeah.
The next item we're going to try is the beef pho soup. And this we just popped in the microwave, and we'll just use one of our spoons. But we do love a good pho. We've gone to many pho restaurants and have eaten many of them. And this is obviously a very convenient at-home microwave version. I hope that it's comparable to the restaurants.
All right, so here, how about this? We'll both try just the broth first and see how this broth... the broth isn't as dark as I thought it was going to be.
I do smell the mint in it, which is nice.
Oh, here we go. Ready?
Tink.
Tink.
Okay.
It does have, what are those called? The sprouts?
Yeah.
It's very sprout flavored.
Is it?
Well, that's the flavor that hit my tongue first. I really didn't get much of like a beef. For me, it's really that sprout that hits my taste buds.
I got basil.
Oh, basil? Well, I'm feeling more of like the sprouts, the basil, I kind of have a hint of mint.
Yeah, the flavor of it is a little bit on the lighter side in my opinion, and I don't usually like overly salty food, but this I thought it's a bit light, which is something that you like. That's a great option for you. But it's certainly like I can tell you right now, just based on the broth, probably prefer the ones that I've eaten in restaurants before.
Well, and those are also restaurant pho.
Yes, restaurant pho. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, I'm going to go ahead because I didn't bring another pair of chopsticks. Try some of the noodles.
Ah.
Okay. A little bit harder than I like.
Oh.
Tiny bit.
And try some of that beef.
The beef is great.
Okay, my turn.
Oh, the beef is great.
Okay, so let me steer this a little bit more towards me and try a nice handful of noodles. Oh yeah, you're right.
So chewy.
The noodles are very firm. Yeah, they're
not in a good way.
Not in a good way. This is not like al dente. This is almost a little plasticky. Kind of a texture to it. But I'm looking forward to... Wait. I'm looking for a nice...
piece of beef right there.
Well, I know, but I was looking for something a little bit...
sizable one?
Yeah, both of them. I think you took the biggest piece of beef.
Oh, totally by accident,
but
too. Well, here's your
now
two.
It's kind of hard to find, like, another sizable piece.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The beef is pretty good.
Pretty good.
I have to admit. So, overall, this is a tough choice. Which one would you like more? Or do you like more? The pho or the chicken?
The chicken soup.
I think me too. I am definitely leaning a little bit more towards that chicken soup.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more flavor. Everything in it still tasted pretty good, even though I was still kind of like a little disappointed in the miso flavor being a little flat.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, the noodles in this, I am not a fan of. I did not like those noodles.
Noodles are bad. Actually, I'll say that right now. The noodles are bad. I also didn't have any additional like sauces, spices, fish sauce. I don't have any of that on hand to enhance it. But
it needs some of that.
It needs some of that, but like if you're grabbing this at Trader Joe's early in the morning before you go to work, well, I mean, everybody now like does like you work from home, but let's just say at home if you don't have all those sauces and condiments that the restaurant gives you, then you are eating it out of the box like we are. I'd be slightly disappointed.
I do know that Trader Joe's has another frozen soup that's really good, which is their wonton soup. I really like their wonton soup.
No, I'm done with that one. That's by far the most disappointing thing we've tried in this video so far.
Yeah, so far. I mean, maybe I'll pick out the beef, maybe, and that's it. There's really not. There's noodles and beef, and I can't really find, and maybe like some tiny little pieces. Here's a little bit of
onion.
I'm
gonna wash away some of that with my chicken ginger miso soup.
Disappointing. even after a while, the texture of the beef is a little, you know, it kind of gets to me. Like the first bite was pretty good, but then after that, you're like, oh, okay, well, I've only got a few little pieces of beef, so I'll pick those out.
The photo that they're depicting here is definitely more than what they gave you.
Yeah.
So whoever photographed this and designed this, props to you, because you sold me on it. I mean, you sold the article, which sold me. So there is that. But we don't just have the soups. We also have these almond windmill cookies. And again, I don't know how new these are. I certainly haven't tried them before, and they're said to be buttery, tender cookies topped with crunchy almonds. So as a dessert, we will give these a try and see.
So let's see how
They smell very light. You can see little sugar pieces on top.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I did
granulates.
not expect for them to smell like that.
Almond cookies?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're it's more of like a hearty kind of a smell. I was expecting it to be a little bit sweeter or something.
I don't think it smells, well, you and I, we have different sensory then. Anyways.
I like this.
Ooh.
I think I lost one down my shirt.
Oh, no.
It is very light.
It is light. This would be comparable to, like, if you don't like a biscotti with your coffee, you can have an almond windmill cookie with your coffee instead, or tea, because this would actually make a really good companion to it. Or by yourself, you just want a snack. It doesn't feel too heavy, so when you eat it, you could probably eat quite a few. My dog is looking at me right over here and saying, give me, and I'm saying, no, you cannot have this. But this is actually good. I like it. I would get this again.
Yeah, these are definitely something you can sit down and munch on. Yeah, if you're sitting down with a cup of coffee, this would probably even go pretty well with tea. Any kind of like morning hot beverage.
Or like an afternoon tea.
They're very light. None of the flavors are overpowering in this. It's not too sweet. It's like not too almond flavored.
Have you ever had an Asian, like the Chinese almond cookie?
Yeah, it does very much have that
The
flavor
more you
to
bite
it.
into it, the more of that. And it's giving me like just a walk down nostalgia lane.
Yeah, those circle ones that
good.
have like the little almond in the middle.
It's actually really, really good. The more I eat it, the more I'm into it.
And the thing is with those almond cookies, they're a little bit more crispier and a little bit more crumblier.
And denser, I feel like.
Yeah, this one sticks together a little bit better, so it doesn't like leave crumbs all over the place. Just a little bit, and some go down your shirt. This is a nice, light, little snack that you can just sit there and munch while you're getting ready for your morning.
Yeah, I really, really like this. I mean, we're not advertising you should have cookies for breakfast, but we're also saying that it is okay to have cookies for
We're
breakfast.
grown adults. We can have whatever we want for breakfast.
Yeah, over the age of 18, eat whatever you want for breakfast. So now that we've tried everything on our list, which I still have here from our shopping day, here's what we tried just in case you needed a rundown. We have the everything croissant, we have the miso chicken ginger soup, we have the fried olive bites, the almond windmill cookies. This is a seasoning, but it's the everything but leftover seasoning, which I don't think we covered in this video, but it is good. Go get it if you don't have it in your
pantry. If you haven't gotten that seasoning, it goes on everything. It goes so well on stuff.
Yeah, I made chicken last night and I sprinkled a little bit of on. Oh my god, it's so good. So get that. The dark chocolate salted caramel barthin, the cold brew coffee, and the beef pho soup. So out of everything that we've tried in this video, what has been your favorite so far?
I think those olive bites were so good. And you didn't need any kind of condiment to go with them. They had that nice pop with flavor from the cream inside, the cheese inside, and it had just a nice level olive flavor. It wasn't overpowering, and I thought they were just a delicious little appetizer that you can just pop in your mouth. So overall, I think that was one of my favorites.
Nice. I just realized I forgot to put the blueberry lavender almond beverage on the list. That's on the list as well. I would say favorite item I've tried on this list. Oh, and the beverages too.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, the strawberry sparkling beverage and the sparkling tea with peach. Those are excellent as well. This is so typical of me. This is very hard. Number one, I would have to put the dark chocolate salt caramel bar thins at number one, and follow closely behind is the fried olive bites. Those are really, really good. They eat like a jalapeno popper, but if you hate the spice and love olives, then that's totally it for you. And again, the olive isn't super potent, so if you don't like olive, it actually might be like a good training wheels type of an item for you to try. I might put the cold brew coffee mix in there just because of convenience. It tastes good and it's convenient, and then with that, I'm gonna have to put the blueberry lavender oat drink in there because it's so good in a matcha drink. It's so good.
It was good in almost everything that we put it in. I mean, everything we added it to just added this great light blueberry flavor, which just tasted delicious. So if you get a chance to get that lavender blueberry almond milk.
Ooh.
Oat milk.
So good. No, it was almond.
Almond milk. Okay. If you get a chance to get it, it is delicious.
Alright guys, well that's it for this video. You've seen the foods, you've heard our thoughts. Let us know if you stumbled across the article, which I will link below this video. Let us know what you've tried from that list, or if there's anything from Trader Joe's that we haven't tried yet. Go ahead and put that in the comment section below, and we will hopefully give it a try the next time we do a video like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.